Welcome to the hot hell darkness. In the event of a fire alarm, stay exactly where you are. Well, there are no fire exits, so there's no point in trying to get out. Come to me for a fire bucket full of sand. You can pass the time until you melt to death, building sandcastles. Who says I don't look after you? This is the Visitor's Book, where all the grisly tales of all my wicked guests are written down. Want to see why one of these bad children is down here? This is Griselda's story. I call it Nails in Her Coffin. Once upon a time, there was a cruel cat that lived with a cruel girl called Griselda. Oh, how she loved to see the destruction that her cat caused with its razor-sharp claws.
We know how to have fun, don't we, Slasher? Who's my little four-pawed killing machine?
Because of its deadly claws, Griselda and her cat were feared throughout the neighbourhood, which made Griselda feel like a mighty queen, albeit a rather bad one that nobody liked. Then one day, Griselda's parents decided that enough was enough. This has got to stop, Griselda. Our garden's not big enough to bury all the animals that Slasher keeps killing.
I know. Rather impressive, isn't it?
That's hardly the point. Your mother and I have decided to put a stop to the terror by cutting Slasher's claws.
What?
Griselda fought them tooth and nail.
A cat without claws is like a shark without teeth. If you cut Slasher's claws, I won't be a queen anymore.
But her parents insisted. Which is how the accident with the neighbour's swimming pool happened. And why Griselda developed such a hatred of her parents. She vowed that if they would not let her have a cruel cat whose slashing claws could get her what she wanted, she would just have to become a cruel cat herself. Of course, the moment she thought that, she already had one paw in the grave. And so it was that Griselda stopped cutting her nails. For the next few weeks, she locked her parents out of her bedroom while her fingernails grew and grew and grew and grew and grew until eventually she looked like a witch. Her parents tried to sneak into her bedroom and cut her nails while she was sleeping. But Griselda was ready for them. Actually, we were just leaving. It was not long before the length of her nails began to change her behaviour. Like a lazy cat, she stopped doing things for herself. Oi, pick that up, young lady.
But I can't, officer. You do it.
But she could pick up stuff when it suited her, especially when it allowed her to be cruel. You've squashed my birthday cake.
Sorry about that. I think I must have pressed too hard with my elbows.
After that, her friends stopped being her friends, which was hardly surprising because every time they tried to play with her in the playground, they either ended up cold or in hospital. What happened this time?
Rock, paper, scissors, miss.
And in the classroom, if she wasn't tearing their nerves to shreds on the blackboard, or stabbing the class above when she raised her hand, she was using her friends to do her homework for her. You want me to write out the whole lot for you?
I can't hold a pen.
And if I say no? Griselda became the most unpopular girl in the school. A solitary creature with a haughty disdain for anyone other than herself. a girl who sat apart at break and went to sleep in the sun. Then, one day, her toenails had grown so long that she could no longer walk on them. That was the day she started to crawl, that her transformation into a cruel cat was complete. Of course you can't eat your food off a saucer.
But I only want some cream.
Now, listen here. I don't mind you curling up on the sofa, Griselda, or even scratching the front doormat, but you have to get real here. You are not a cat. And if it's those stupid nails that are making you think that you are, then you leave me with no choice but to put a stop to it.
Meaning what?
Meaning the vet. Oh, Griselda!
Back off!
This has got to stop. If you choose to live as a cat, you will die like a cat too.
What do I care? Cats have got 9 lives.
Not all. Slasher drowned first time, remember? Stop this nonsense, Griselda. I'll let this scratch pass if you'll just agree to get those nails cut.
No. I'm through with being told what to do by you. From now on, I shall do exactly as I please, whenever I please to do it.
This meant that when she went back to school on Monday, she was as ruthless as Slasher had ever been.
You lot, open the door for me.
No! I'm not your servant. None of us have to do anything for you. When do you ever do anything to help any of us?
But by backing Griselda into a corner, they forced her to lash out. The girl's screams brought teachers running, which made Griselda panic even more. And when the head teacher called the police, Griselda scratched them as well. The only things she couldn't scratch were the dogs. And the fire brigade who came to rescue her from the tree. By the time Griselda reached home, the vet was waiting for her. Now, I know you're a little scared, but this won't hurt a bit. Careful, or I'll cut off her fingers. Hurry up. I can't hold her for much longer.
You will not cut my nails!
It's for your own good, Griselda. Stop wriggling. Griselda, for pity's sake. Griselda! But their daughter was stopping for no one. She shot over the fence, forgetting that the garden next door had a swimming pool. And if there's one thing cats hate, it's water. At last, Griselda was reunited with Slasher, and Mr. and Mrs. Grimm hoped that was the last they'd ever see of her. Between you and me, they were secretly rather glad to see the back of their daughter. She really had been one of the cruelest, cattiest people they had ever met. What they'd forgotten, however, was that fingernails keep growing after death, which meant that every morning, like it or not, Griselda waved to them from beyond the grave. Or should that be from inside it? My fingernails grow all the time. Does that mean I'm dead? I can't believe it does. Dead people can't do this, can they? And a dead person couldn't run a hotel or he'd scare all the guests away. And I'm not scary, am I?